Is it recording now? Alright. And then we'll just... nope. Yo, what's up, guys? It's been a minute. It has been a long time since I've actually recorded like this to make a video. This is my intro. I'm gonna try to do this in one take. Minimal to like no editing. And then I'm gonna post it. Alright? Right now it is the ending of Good Friday. We're on to Saturday, and then tomorrow's Easter. So I'd say it's best to get back in the flow of things on Easter. You know, the rebirth, the coming from the cave, or however bunnies and egg hiding relates to the Renaissance thing there. I don't know, but it's really cool. Yeah? And it's cool that I'm back too. Guys, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, and I think we should start off this video with asking the question, how are y'all? Who are y'all? Who is my audience? I got banned, and then I re-uploaded some things, and then kind of just posted some bullshit. I'm lost, alright? I don't know what my audience is. I don't know who's all watching this. Are y'all my friends? Are y'all random people from the internet? Or is it like, are y'all my ops? Are the ops keeping tabs on my YouTube channel? But it doesn't matter. In today's video, I'm just going to be painting. I'm going to be painting. I want to paint something with a gnome, and I want it to be weird. I want it to be grainy, but I wanted to paint because I did get canvases. So let's open that up, and I'm gonna keep tabs on the camera there. Make sure that it doesn't die whilst I'm doing anything, and if it does, I'll stop the progress there, and then I'll start again. Where's my knife? Painter's tip. Always have a comically large knife to use for small cuts. But, guys, I genuinely thought last year was the worst year of my life. And I've gone through cancer, okay? And after last year, I was like, you know, let's go into 2026 and let's have a bang with it, you know? Let's truly come out of the park and just fucking go. And I didn't do that. I didn't come out of the park. I didn't just go. I didn't just do the thing. I landed myself in 2 events, 3 or 4, a lot of new stuff happened. I landed myself in new situations of things that I didn't expect. It's like you can go through life and be like, okay, as long as this one thing doesn't happen, we're good, we're Gucci. And it seems to always be that one thing that you're like, your praying doesn't fold on itself. That ends up folding on itself at the worst times. This is my oyster. Easter? What's the word for this? Put down in the comments what this thing is called. And if I don't figure it out by the end of the video, I'll give somebody a Nutri-Game bar. Just like how Corey be doing. Speaking of Corey, where the fuck is he? Who killed Corey X Kenshin? He has to be dead by this point. Because there's no way bro would just disappear after being like, alright, 100 videos, y'all. That's the goal. That's the goal. We're going to hit that goal no matter what I have to do by 2026. Ends up not hitting the goal. Which, I mean, yeah, I get it. I wouldn't have hit that goal either. That's a big goal to hit. You only have 365? You only have 365 days. 100 videos? That's impossible. When you have an editing schedule like me, that is. But for Corey, I would think his editing situation would be better than mine. Or at least he got something that he can use. I mean, fuck. I was trying to use DaVinci Resolve on a video for polish. But alright. That guy. And I'm not gonna lie. I had some shit cooking. But the shit didn't matter how much it was cooking because the uploading speed of it was absolute bunions. Like, that thing took so much time to render. And I don't even think it was going to render in the end. Or at least it didn't seem like it was going to. Come on. Alright. But yeah, guys, it's not been looking good this year. But that's okay. Because not only have there been some low lows, but there's been some high highs. A trip that I'm actually making a video on, I don't know when you're going to see it. Don't expect it anytime soon, because you're not going to get it anytime soon. But working on this one video about my trip to Colorado I did with Michael for spring break. Oh, holy shite, dude. That trip was a doozy. I'm only going to give you some snippets, some key things there. Basically, a nigga was in Colorado climbing mountains and getting biddies. I know. Getting biddies? Getting biddies? Me? Nah, I wasn't anything like that. But I did climb a mountain. So I'll tell y'all a little bit about that in that video whenever you see it. But it's okay. We got this video right now. My canvas is a tiny bit crooked. Okay, maybe it just looks weird. Yeah, it just looks weird. Like, really weird. Okay. I believe that's as normal as we're gonna get. So, guys, I haven't painted in so long. The amount of color mixing you're about to see here is going to be astounding. You're gonna be like, do you really not know what color that is? Yes. Yes and no. Yes and no. I have a new room set up. After my Colorado trip, I came home to a bigger bed. I was sleeping on a twins for a while there, I know. Max Chud activities. Sleeping in a twins? What the fuck? And I came home to a full-size mattress. And so I had to do a whole room makeover. It was terrible. A whole week of just a messy room. Really fucks with you. This is the wrong box. How's that battery looking? Battery's looking fine. Battery's looking fine, so. This is the correct box. I need like a stool or something or somewhere to put stuff that I get. I think I know what I'm gonna go. I'm planning on putting more holes in my body. I want more piercings. Like, I feel like I've kind of just been dipping my toes in this emo shit. I want to go full throttle. I want niggas to see me and feel that wave of just like, oh, he's emo, alright? Because what I've noticed from living in Emporia, Kansas is we're so stuck in that old way of thinking. Like, everybody here is so just country bumpkin washed. Like, I was wearing a ski mask the other day skating around our industrial Sonic and Brahms. Or that's not on industrial. The Sonic and Brahms, right? The ones that are right across the street from each other. I was skating at Sonic. Somebody who was in the Brahms called the police because I was wearing a ski mask. And the police showed up, pulled to the curb, came up to me and was like, yeah, we got a complaint about a suspicious person report. Somebody in a ski mask. And then there was just me, full tracksuit, ski mask, looking at him like, oh, I'm not starting any trouble, officer. All right? I'm just skating around. And he told me to take it off. He told me I can't be wearing it, I can't be scaring the masses, and I was like, huh. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up, you know? I went through how many years of schooling and not being able to wear a hood in class or a hat in class just to come out in the real world and be told to take off my ski mask? Fuck you. Nigga, suck this dick, alright? Suck the fucking skin off my cock and ball. I should be able to wear whatever the fuck I want outside of my house. Hell, I run around in a Speedo. You don't hear anybody calling the cops about that, but granted, I then thought of this, alright? Read me here. If I take off my ski mask, officer, what would it do? I look threatening no matter what I wear to you. Ooh. Write that down. See, I didn't ask the question to the officer. I actually get scared around people with guns. I more or less just took off my ski mask, wore it as a beanie, so it looked like I was really cold that day in a tracksuit. But it sparks the question, what would you have done if I was wearing a hijab? What if it's part of my religion to wear this mask, okay? And then I was like, they probably wouldn't care. They would still tell me to take it off, and I'd still get reported by people in the Brahms lobby, even though I'm nowhere near them. But let's get to painting and shit. I've been going on my tangents. I told y'all I wanted to have a little bit of something with a gnome. A gnome. We all know about gnomes. So I'm going to do a little sketch here, and then I'm going to show y'all the sketch, going to show y'all my thought process, and then I'm going to try to paint. I've only worked with blank canvases like 4 times before, so please do not judge my painting. I am terrible at mixing colors. At a certain point, I just think that it would be easier for me to just fucking guesstimate and just throw shit on there. Alright. Let's start with some basic. So, I mean, let me get into some of the stuff that happened. Let me get deep. Let me open my heart a little bit. Tell y'all what I've been going through, okay? Because, I mean, if you're watching this far into the video, you must have time to waste, alright? We're getting yellow, alright? That means I gotta hurry up. But, biggest thing that has happened this year is the loss of one of my closest friends. They didn't die, it's just different, you know? And different can mean a lot of things. Different can be good. And I mean, I see some of the good in it, you know? I feel like I was relying on this friend so heavily to keep my mental self in line. But after losing them, I'm just like, damn. Like, what do I do now? Who do I go and talk to now? Will anybody understand? Like, I'm a grown-ass man now. Making friends that aren't in college or that I don't see oftenly is a little harder than if you're just, like, in high school with bro and you just see him around the halls all the time and you know everybody has free time and shit. Now I gotta, like, actually be strategic and, like, plan some shit with people or we just won't actually hang out. And I've seen that with so many of my relationships that I'm now realizing I'm bad at making friends. Or, no, I'm not bad at making friends. I'm a great friend maker. I can make friends all day. I'm bad at keeping friends. And realizing this was like, fuck, dude. Now I know why so many people would stay talking to Devin and not hit me up. Because I never reached out. I never hit them up. I was always like, if they spawn in, they'll spawn in. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up heavily. And I think finally realizing that is also why I realize now I'm also kind of a bad boyfriend. And not just kind of there, like I need to take classes or something because my shit might actually be cooked. I do not treat people who hold me to the highest regard with as much respect as I should. I feel like at a certain point, if somebody has dealt with it, then they'll keep dealing with it. And that's a terrible way to look at life because everybody is changing 24/7. And like, since so many people are changing, things that you do one day cannot be the same as the next day, you know? Sometimes you fuck up. Sometimes you fuck up, gotta go back to the drawing board. Gotta change your ways. Gotta change the way you view. The way you ask. The way you operate. And I guess I just didn't understand. I guess I was just in my own world, doing my own thing. And I mean, I've tried to stay as optimistic as I can about the opportunities that I've been given and the situations where I have utterly failed. But sometimes a nigga's heart just won't let him turn the other cheek. And that's how this situation is now. You know, I've lost a dear friend to me. A friend that I believed that I would have for the rest of my life. And I lost it in such a stupid way. Like, I see that as chud shit, you know? But then again, I need to realize, I need to put into perspective the change. It's not like those days back in the past when we would just be sitting on the internet 24/7 gaming together and just being crazy, you know? It's not like that anymore. There's more responsibility in it. I can't stay up every night now. And it's fucked. I think another part that I really just haven't understood till now is that at my base core, I am an introvert. I tell a lot of people like a lot of stuff about myself in a very quick amount of time. But I don't tell them my views. I more or less just tell them like a thought I have, you know? I have a lot of I joke around. I joke around a lot. So if you and me aren't put in a situation where we have to like lock in together, like a closing shift or playing a game for an extended amount of time to the point where it's starting to get a little boring now, so let's mix some things up. If we don't get in that situation, if we're just like passing each other by, you're going to think I'm just a fucking goofball. Alright? Some people see me at the gym and they're like, I don't know how he's still strong because that nigga just fucks around when I see him. And yeah, I'm great at having a good time. I like having a good time. I like having a fun time. So you won't really see me let down that wall, that fool that I let play out. You won't see that let down if you're not in a situation. That's why so many other, like, some people have such a different view of me. It's fucking funny. Like, there can be two people in a room and they both have two different thoughts. One can hate me and the other can love me dearly. And it just depends on how much I've shown you and how much you like. How much you know. That finger's way too long. This nigga's hands are fucked up, alright? Hell, I might not even paint the hands. He might be a just arms type gnome. God damn. Oh, it's falling. You gonna stay in place there? Thank you. gonna stay in place there. Thank you. Alright, now let's... Boys, we might have to lock in. I don't know what the fuck this is on my paper, but this is not what I drew. Fucking hell, this fucking hand's fucked up, dude. I mean, fuck this shit up, dude. Can we just start getting the sketch done with, please? Thank you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on top of my friend leaving me, just stranding me, I know it's terrible, I'm not even telling you, like, the reason we stopped communicating. Not only that, but on top of that, the girl I started talking to fucking ghosts my shit. This is utterly impairing. A nigga really got dropped by two very important people to him in, like, the same time span. Like, they were a week apart. And I'm sitting here in my cuck chair watching life fuck the bare bones out of my ass. What the fuck? Jeremiah can't talk to anybody? No one? Nobody has that deep shit? Nobody has that knowledge? Nobody knows me like that? Now I gotta talk to these chud-ass niggas, Chris, James, Michael, and Cameron? This is bad news. But that is when life threw me a banger. That is when life threw me a banger. Life threw me Luis, and I was like, oh my goodness, we're opening up to new valves. Because I like this nigga Luis. This nigga Luis is chill as fuck. Not only is he chill as fuck, but he's a thinker, dude. He's going in there for psychology, right? And not only that, not just any psychology, sex psychology, with a focus on kinks. This is hard shit, because I'm a little bit of a freak. I'm not gonna lie to you. And in my freaky nature, I love the idea of, like, just exploring the world of kinks, you know? Testing the waters into what you like. Maybe you might tie a bitch up, and maybe that shit might be nice, you know? Maybe a nigga gotta attach a sword to his pelvis and, like, fight with it. I don't know. It's interesting. So, you know, we have some good conversations. And I feel like he's helped me out a lot throughout my missing of two important people in my life. But other than the situation of, like, my friend group and people I talk, my social health, my financial health has been terribly worse. I've been spending money, alright? Money. With a big E at the end there. Not a Y, an E. I've been spending a lot of money. I've been spending more money than I've been making, which is why a nigga is down. I'm in debt. Which, I think, seeing that I'm in debt and seeing that I haven't got a video out, both came in line together, and I was like, okay, we gotta lock in. We gotta do something. We gotta lock in. We gotta, like, something has to happen because this is not working. This is not working. Sadly, it's not working. And it's fucked. Because I kind of wanted it to work. I kind of didn't want to have to, lock in. I just wanted it to flow naturally. Because when it flows naturally, that's when you get a good groove going. But I never got the groove to start with, and I lost my sparkle along the way. Let's check that battery out. Ooh. 30 minutes of yapping? Yapping and doing other things. Fuck. I'll wait for it to turn red, and then I'll turn it off. And then we'll charge it and get back to recording, of course. We'll just cut it down extensively. Okay, I got it now. It's a gnome at a bar, okay? I finally figured out what I was making. Which means now things will just come to my head. I think the funniest part about how I got cut off by both of them, it's really funny because in a sense they both had the same reason for cutting me off. And let me pick your brain here. Let me pick your brain about this. If somebody was to come to you every time they did, in your mind, okay, I don't know, we're just going to have to go to an extreme here because how they view what I did was, like, extreme, okay? Let's say every time they come to you and talk to you, they have jumped off a bigger mountain, right? They just keep jumping off mountains, right? And every time they come to you, you're desperately scared of jumping off of mountains. And they just keep coming to you and they say, hey, dude, I just jumped off a 10-foot mountain. You're going to be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You just you jumped off a 5,000 one and now you're talking about 10,000? I'm scared of jumping off of mountains. I don't want to know about it anyway. And you're scaring me. Because I don't understand why you like jumping off mountains so much. But you love jumping off mountains, right? So you want to tell people about jumping off mountains, and you think, since they're so close to you, but they hate jumping off mountains. And they hate mountains. They hate the heights. They hate everything about it. They don't want to even hear, like, an analogy about mountains. That's why both of them cut me off. I just kept coming to them talking about the mountains I jumped off of, and they just couldn't handle it. And now I'm realizing that that's, like, if I would have just learned that before the end of 2025, I wouldn't have been in the situation that I'm in now with both of them leaving me. And I mean, they had told me before, both of them, they were like, I don't really fuck with the jumping off mountains thing. Why didn't I listen? Why didn't I listen then? I wonder if I would have listened then. Things would be different now. Okay. Painter's tip, I don't know if this is true or not, but I got my first detail of foreground put down. Now, I wanna start painting it now. I wanna start painting this little front part now. But I don't know if I should. But you know what I am gonna do? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I follow this one guy named David something. I don't know David Chow, I think. And in his painter videos, he is always doing the extreme. Like, he just does it. Y'all fuck with the Goliath grouper shirt? I don't think y'all been put on yet. Day one Goliath grouper fan. I love you, Nolan. I love you, Linus. I love you, Daniel. In that order, too. I'm just kidding. I love you all equally. They have a great band. Can't wait to see what it does in the future. But what was I on about before the Goliath grouper thing? David Chow. He goes above and beyond each video. And I kind of fuck with that heavily, so I might start doing that. Hell, I mean, I'm getting the vibe that he has inspired some of the stuff you're seeing right now. Since I am painting and everything. Not only am I painting, I'm using tape so that I don't have to really fuck with the lines as much. But don't most people use the tape because they already have a background down? Yes, they do. Which is why me using it now is niche. And so I can be a bad painter. And just kind of put shit in places. And then do the little satisfying peel off. You all know what I'm talking about. True painters know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they cut me off. And now I'm in the state of finding new applicants for their positions. But I'm finding out slowly but surely that space wasn't supposed to be filled in the beginning. I should have been handling my own shit by myself at fucking 13 years old. I shouldn't have been so comfortable in the position of just having other people kind of just deal with my feelings in a sense. Because if I would have been like that now, I wouldn't have been in so much pain then. I'm trying to rip that in there. And then that, yep. I want to be an artist, but I don't want to make songs like Consent. I know it's my debut song, and I know it's like actually the funniest but like best message ever. But I kind of feel like me only dropping that song has put me at a limiter. What if people always see me as a clown? Like how Tyler the Creator did, should I go on a year of just trying my best to not be funny? Should I put myself through that pain? What would that achieve? Do I want people to see me more seriously? Or do I want to stop relying on humor to put me back in a better mood? Because sometimes it's kind of ruined things for me. Me being humorous in situations has made others view me as incapable of seriousness, when it's the total opposite. I can have some serious ass talks. You gotta get me there first, right? I'm not gonna have sex with you just because you bought me McDonald's. I view my seriousness as a sense of vulnerability, right? Because what if I'm serious with the wrong person and they're like, what the fuck are you even talking about, dude? You're yapping. You're yapping. And I'm talking about some deep shit. And they're talking about I'm yapping. Now I'm not even going to like drop that when I'm talking to somebody I am comfortable with. For that fear of that judgment. I might still drop it. I do fear judgment from those who are close to me, though. I understand that they're trying to improve me in their vision. But sometimes when niggas tell me things, I'm just like, holy shit, gang. It must have went over your head. Because sometimes I just don't need schooled in some things. And sometimes I don't need a certain person to school me in that field. Because I'm just like, I've seen how you work in that field, and I would never want to be like you. So hearing your judgment on it now is like you're spitting in my face. And an example I can give to y'all, since I don't know who you are, strangers on the internet, is my dad telling me this was a couple years ago. At least one now. But he was like, Jeremiah, you gotta respect your mom more. You can't talk to her like you do. And imagine hearing this from a person who mainly is like the main reason you have ever heard her shout, you know, her argue, or her cry. Anytime he's around, it's always something, you know? And him telling me that I need to, you know, respect my mother. It's a true message. It's a true message, and I'm glad somebody told me. You know? Even though I didn't listen to him then, I would then listen to this message, because in reality, it should have been the way. But hearing it from him who does not listen to that, it's like, oh, dude. Are you geeking? Are you geeking right now? Are you geeking twin? Cause Low Kirk, I don't think you see your own gameplay. It's like when niggas are backseat gaming and they're like, dude, bro, just shoot him. And you have seen them miss the most shots. It's like, please don't try to school me at a game that you can't comprehend. Dude, this shit right here is looking nice. I can't wait to see how I do this. No, really, I'm actually concerned on how bad this might turn out. This might be an Asian gnome. And the reason why I say that is because the ability I have at making skin tones is lackluster. I do only have 5 colors. I have black, white, teal, yellow, and magenta. Those are the 5, well, with teal, yellow, and magenta, you can make any color, and if you have the black and white, you can definitely make any color, you know, any shade. Tint, whatever the fuck it is. Whatever artist term it means. now that I am a little bit older... Oh, we're at red. We're red. I should probably end it soon. But now that I'm older, I realize how many of those little complaints I had before mattered not. Because the feeling of some bones whenever you get older, it's wild. I didn't know my legs could hurt so much from just stretching. And of course now, like, I fixed that problem. I fixed the pain in my knees that was building up from all that skating and crashing I was doing. But before I did that, dude, Nick was dying. Alright, I'll be back. I gotta charge this camera. So, not gonna lie, it was 1 in the morning, and now it is 6. Short little intervention. What can I say? Let me get that canvas back in view. Okay, we're back. I was on... Wait, I'm waiting for it to turn off. I was on Discord talking to people in the Kawaii VC that I used to troll around in clown makeup, and I actually ended up playing a game of chess against this old guy, and I won the first one, and then I got to brag a little bit. I was a little arrogant, and he even reprimanded me and allowed for my queen to be in a situation where he could have easily taken it, and that would have just been like it for it. He spared the queen, which would then lead me to distract a little more with the queen and kind of take over his little base of operations. The next match, he killed all my people off. I got fucked. And that was peaceful, man. I've been fucking with chess recently, even though it's a game that I heavily view to be some of the reasons why others have a little bit of a standing over others. I think chess plays into intelligence very well because it's a pretty simple game to its baseline, but can most definitely get heavily hectic. We're going to paint the gnome first. Little gnome guy. And throughout this game, I really learned that, there are certain aspects in older African American males that just never change. Like, some niggas are very easy to read once they reach unk status. And that being easy to see is so cool. To me, at least. I don't know if others find it cool. Maybe others see it in themselves. But the fact I can view it, peak right there. Okay, we got a decent little setup going on. So let's get our painting materials out. I like that I'm doing all this on here, but you can't see any of it. And I feel like it's just... It's a little bit of a test of trust, You're going to be like, is he even working on that? What if he's just doing... What if it's a big penis? What if at the end he shows me that all he's been doing is drawing a humongous penis and making it like the worst thing possible, and I just wasted my time watching that whole video? But you trust me, so you're staying. You're staying to see. Or you're skipping through. And if you're skipping through... not a real one. You're not a real one. You're not a real one if you don't watch in the entire hour of this video. Because this video is going to be an hour long. We already got 30 minutes. We're going to make this video an hour long. But, first things first, we gotta get this hat down. I find mixing colors to be so hard. So hard. I find keeping like a color throughout the entirety of it is difficult for me. And I don't really know why, I just know that it's not my best forte. A song that keeps going through my head right now is Caramel by Sleep Token. I don't know if anybody here messes with Sleep Token, but honestly, I'm not a heavy rock type guy, but I can see why the masses are flaunting to him. He kind of keeps it chill. So stick to me like caramel. And he's just like in your ear serenading you. I fucks with that. We're just going to use this. I'm not going to try to mix colors too well. If I don't get my vision, I'll stick with what I see there. Which is why I feel I like this so much. This little idea I have. I've also been like low Kirk, heavily fucking with poem rap, like more than usual. Usually it's just a spring thing, and I like playing my poem rap when the rainy weather mornings are hitting you, because that rainy weather morning is probably one of the most beautiful, and jazz accompanied with a like middle-aged black man talking about how he likes to experience life with such a broad vocabulary it's some shit, dude. It's truly some shit. And not like, when I say some shit, I don't mean like, it's not gonna blow you out of the water. It's not the bomb. But some of those songs hit deep. Some of those songs are like, fuck, dude. You gotta be living one of my experiences. So what is this base color here gonna be? I think I'm just gonna add white to that. And then white and some yellow. White. Yellow. Do I have anything else? No. Come on. Oh yeah, that's a good skin color. But I like that. So stick to me. also, once the camera died, I was like, fuck, you know, I'm not really talking to them like I want to be talking to them. And I need to bring up, I graduated high school. Like, I'm in college now. I'm a college kid. The videos before this are mostly, like, fucking me enrolling in college. And all of the videos are posted on a semester where I failed. So, like, in some of those clips, I was supposed to be in class at that time. Which isn't like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. It's not crazy to think, because before the end of my high school career, I actually did start skipping classes to, like, a point where you're like, okay, you used to be the good kid, but now you're showing some attributes that are bad. What's going on? And it was because I was going through some shit, you know. A couple of those times I was like, I can't be in school right now. Not with the emotions I got brewing up. And then other times it was just like, I didn't want to be there. So I went somewhere else. I used my skills. But fuck. I still can't believe I let my emotions of graduating be ruined by some harletan that broke my heart. I didn't feel good during graduation. I was too busy worried about my ex. And that's fucked. I hate that was the emotion that I felt at, like, one of my greatest accomplishments. But I did learn a lot through it. And it happening to me wasn't a good thing. But looking at the positive side, I needed to learn that then. And it was best then. This looks honestly pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let me get some hands down, and then we can switch. And then, is that all? Yeah, that's all that gets this color. I'm gonna set this aside for now. And then we're gonna wanna go, what's up a brush? You think this brush will be enough to get, oh yeah. Let me tell y'all something, making dark blue, so I'm working on the moon at this time, and if you don't know, I have the sun. Is it in any of my videos? I don't think it is. I'll show a picture of it in the editing. Editor Jeremiah, this is the one thing I'll have you do. Show a picture of the sun and the moon that I'm working on. I'm finished with the sun, but for the moon, I want to make a dark blue instead of the teal thing it got going on. Too green for me. It doesn't seem medieval enough. But I'm trying to do that. So if I want to get a navy blue for here, I gotta learn how to mix the colors. Last time I just mixed teal with yellow, and that clearly is not what you do. You gotta get some teal and you gotta get some red, is what I learned. And after you get a little bit of red in there, let's see this shit. I'm expecting navy blue, baby. If I add more teal to purple, will it become what I want it to become? I hope so. Squirt a little bit on there. I say a little bit. I'm squirting a lot. I'm mixing a lot of this color for the little time I'm gonna use it. Oh my goodness. Wait, almost. Not quite. We're still in purple. Just like a sky purpley. Does it just need more teal? I'll try a little bit more teal. But after that, we gotta pick this color because I don't think we'll be able to mix it. What are those pants? I think I'm gonna make the pants green. Because most of the time, navy blue coat, and then they have themselves green pants with a brown belt and some brown shoes. But sadly, my color mixing skills are kind of chud, so it's going to be a purple cloak. I enjoy painting. I definitely don't do it enough. Just like how I enjoy making videos, I just don't do it enough. I think I could be famous by now. Y'all hear about them shutting down Rec Room? Yeah. It's pretty fucked up. It's like them closing the place you used to hang out with. You hang out at as a kid. Like as a kid, we had the roller skating, you know? We had a little rollers down there. They closed down. They closed down, they got bought by this guy who owns a gym, and I still have a membership there that they're trying to pay for every single month, but I don't have the money for it. I'm just scared that if I go in to cancel it, they are going to ask me for the money for those months. I don't have that. But I know my philosophy is flawed because if I just went in now, it wouldn't be as much as it is later if that is the case. I'm just scared. But yeah, they're closing Rec Room. And that is a place where I was told the infamous line, "Why aren't you a They said I had the blueprint for it perfectly. They said that no matter what, I'm going places and they'll see me there. I did believe them. I didn't act on it. Like, there was a certain point where I had a whole setup to be able to make videos on the PS4 at the time that I was on, and I never used it. And it was like, it was possible. It was fucking possible, and I didn't do it. I got scared. I said, what if people didn't like me? And I let that control my actions for that entire time. Time that I could have been using getting famous, by the way. Time that could have been better spent. I wasted. But that's alright. That's alright. That's A-okay, because we are back now, baby. And we're making a video right now, aren't we? No matter how awkward it is. Because you're just watching me paint. Like, you're seeing a painter at work here. And you don't even know it. And you don't even know. I don't know how to paint. I don't know how to paint. Two types of people in this world. People who know how to paint, and me. It's the only two. It's the only two. Ah, fuck. Now I'm smearing the makeup? Oh, yeah. Why clown makeup, Jeremiah? Let's ask bigger questions here. I chose clown makeup because on April Fool's Day, I made a post on Fizz that said, anybody trying to have coitus in clown makeup? Clown coitus. I don't know, it sounds pretty nice, especially on April Fool's Day. And I was planning on wearing clown makeup to class that day, but I overslept. It was pretty fucking shud. How do you make brown? How do you make brown? Real question. Real trap shit. We're going to try and mix this tan and green to make some brown. Maybe even some blue. Blue and tan. But not bad. Not bad at all. I hope this blue doesn't ruin it, so I'll just do a little spigot. Come on. We haven't made shit brown. It's not a perfect brown, but it's a brown nonetheless. What if all cars were just blow and goes to start out with? We wouldn't have a problem with drunk drivers then. I feel like it's only a problem when somebody's like actually showing signs of the drunkenness and they're driving. And if they're driving immaturely already, it's like, what's going on, kid? What's going on? When I see the DD at the function hit a backflip, he couldn't do that when we walked in the door. That's all I'm saying, dude. Like, shit can get intimate real quick. No Diddy. But I should get some water. I drank 2 Yahoos. Throat is burning. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck they're putting in the Yahoos, but I'll be right back. Was that a cool transition? How I jumped when I sat back down, because he's most definitely going to cut it at the time when I say I'll be right back to when I come back. Because we wouldn't waste your time like that, folks. My beverage of choice is water. We have something put down. I'm going to show you it. Don't get too excited, okay? Whoa! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Also, let's get the B-roll of the sun and the moon.